Hello, Benjamin Mize here again, and I wanted to go over more of the practical matters about how to be effective in pushing back against the devil. Mostly how to speak out, and a quick rundown of how to make a buck speaking out, which you can look up and should look up in greater detail. But basically, if you go to a good search engine like startpage.com or duckduckgo.com, you can type in list of whatever type of website and get a lot of good information from lists of websites for various things. So you should, for the information to speak out with, type in list of uncensored search engines, list of social media websites, list of social media sites, list of alternative social media sites, list of video upload sites, list of most secure operating systems for your computer, or if you feel you're up to it, your cell phone, because you're probably going to need some good malware protection if you're going to be speaking out. And I would recommend highly that you get go to eBay and buy a SATA connected solid state hard drive for your computer and plug that in. Of course, print out all the information you need to tell you how to plug it in first, and print out all the information you need to download a good secure version of Linux that is suitable to your ability to figure out how to use it using the internet. Burn the ISO onto a thumb drive and print out everything you need to know how to install it on your new SATA hard drive. And then, this is probably not recommended, but it's what I did. I installed several antivirus softwares, and in my experience, you can get free antivirus software that is not what the man approved, and so it catches a lot more stuff that the approved companies aren't supposed to be catching. And I installed two antivirus softwares at the same time. I'm sure there can be lots of problems with doing that. You can look it up online yourself. I didn't have a problem. In fact, I felt like they were finally not really coming after my computer near as much. But and by getting a solid state hard drive, if you have a decent amount of RAM and a decent microprocessor on your computer, you may need to look up how to build a faster computer from parts on eBay. Then you can have the computing power to run two, or I don't know if it would be a good idea to run 4 antivirus softwares at the same time and still be able to have enough speed left over to use your computer, but you have to have a solid state hard drive to do that, because it's 100 times faster than a regular hard drive. And if you're going to have several antiviruses, you just have to have it, or you're not really going to be using your computer very well. Um, but and then of course you need to put in and you just generally need to look up what I'm saying and how to do it in specifics. I'm getting you started, and of course type into a good search engine list of conspiracy theory forums, list of conspiracy theories, list of conspiracy theory government documents, list of conspiracy theorist websites, and poke around and dig around until you start getting enough of an idea to start looking for the government website that probably has the documents on it to say the same thing. If not, the article tells you what the document is, and you search engine that title and find out what government website it's on, and then you get in the actual document and you do a search for the exact quote in the crazy conspiracy theorist article, or for the patent number or whatever, and you get it from the horse's mouth, and you save a copy onto your computer. You can go to your browser and find the link for your extensions or your plugins or whatever it calls it, and get something for free that allows you to download web pages as a PDF, for instance. That's a type of document file. And download it and save it to your hard drive, and buy a thumb drive and save it to a thumb drive, and don't leave that thumb drive plugged into your computer very much, and wrap it in tinfoil would probably be a good idea. And then type in list of free online storage websites and get a couple accounts and save it to all of those accounts, and you'll typically get several gigabytes for free. And the point is to make it hard for them to get rid of all your documents that you downloaded, that you make videos about, upload to 2 or 40 free video upload sites, and stick in the comment boxes on those sites that you have a video that's bombshell, and go to 2 or 40 social media sites or more and put links to your videos there. And then to make money off of it, you can start out with something like ClickBank, or Amazon does it and Google does it, and become an ad affiliate where you put ads on on the description of your videos, and you leave a link to a free website where you type in list of free website hosting, and you make a free website, and you make a page dedicated to all your advertisements, and you put all the links and little boxes and stuff in it, and you put a link to that website of yours that's free with all your ads on it in the video description, and say, if you if you like the truth getting out, support my sponsors at this link. And that's kind of a nice way to start from nothing. But you can also go to a good search engine and type in buy from U.S. wholesalers, and you want to make sure you're buying from a company that is gonna get in trouble if they try to sell you a stolen name brand. So don't buy from China, because if they're selling a U.S. name brand from China and they're not authorized to sell it, well, they're probably not going to get extradited to the U.S., but when you sell it, a U.S. trademarked item in the U.S., even from a company that told you it was a U.S. item and it wasn't, if it ever comes out, you can get in trouble. So just buy from U.S. wholesalers, because they get in big trouble if they ever did that, so they're probably not doing that. And you can typically find items that you can buy for 10 and 50% the price that they're selling for on eBay, and buy $20 or $100 bulk orders, and sell it for 2 or 50% more or 5 times as much the price you bought it for on eBay, and start putting links to your eBay store and your eBay items on your free website that has all your ads on it underneath the ads for your products, and put the link to that in all your video descriptions and at the bottom of all your comments, and something like, support me if you don't like World War III, go to this link and buy my stuff or something. And you want to put this you want to tell a lot of people and make your ads be kind of a, by the way, if you don't want World War III, support me here, because then that's just kind of better etiquette, or at least put it midway through the truth or comment. And then, of course, get a Coinbase account and get a Bitcoin and an Ethereum and other cryptocurrency account addresses and post those and say, or donate to my cryptocurrency account. Go to Coinbase to buy your own cryptocurrency and send it to me. And then, of course, you can do similar things with a fund, a GoFundMe account or some other. You type in lists of self-funding websites, of donation, self-donate websites, whatever you want to call it, and get just lots and lots of websites where you can make a donate button, or you can get a PayPal account and set it up to where you give people a little address that they can donate to your PayPal account and link to your bank account, and you not have to give the public your bank account numbers. Or if you want to get a P.O. box, you can tell them to write you a check or send cash or something. And so you can start making money. So you can go from, working a dead-end job or maybe an engineering job, and start building a following online and start making good profit margins and do this stuff full time. And if we win and we don't have World War III, we'll all be heroes and it'll be easy to get a job afterwards. And if they ruin us and destroy us, and well, it's probably what's going to happen anyway, and might as well go down swinging and in the favor of God and Jesus. But and then, by the way, it's just good housekeeping to go ahead and sell the Ferrari and sell the house and move out in the country and buy a trailer and a car that will run reliably, but not a fancy smancy thing. Perhaps figure out how to repair an old car yourself and stick a new engine and transmission in it. You have the internet. It'll tell you enough stuff that you can do it if you're careful. If you're not, you'll probably kill yourself, but that's how life works. Don't forget to tell them that your viewers have to spread the information too, and that the goal is for people to repent to the wise, loving, moral law of God. Not that the Bible's perfect, but if you think about it, you can get the point from the Bible. and of course to get the devil worshippers the justice we all know they need, so that we don't have World War III, and so that we can get the benefits of all the paradise patents we've already invented, that God's letting the devil worshippers hoard, because we don't care enough about the little babies and the little preteens to get the devil worshippers off their back, so we don't have our paradise patents. So, as always, the universe has made very, very sure that it was not worth it to be cowards and let the devil do whatever he wanted to the little ones. And I guess there's a guy that's been on InfoWars called Craig Sawyer, and you should look up what he says about all that. InfoWars was reporting that he was a Navy Special Forces, I think, team leader, and had all these TV shows, and gave up all that money to blow the whistle on what the devil's been doing to the little ones. And, you know, right now I don't have product liability insurance, so I don't think I'm going to tell you what it was, but it was, you couldn't sell horror movies that showed it. It wouldn't be too unpopular. But anyway. Now, more to the meat and potatoes of what people should be doing after they figure out there's a problem. We need, because doing stuff that's illegal takes you out of the game and does not help, and ruins the reputation of the people that care about doing the right thing. What we need is billions of people to realize how bad it is, so we can get enough people waging a paper campaign against the Illuminati to vote, sue, boycott, badmouth, research, and expose all the nasties. And you're going to do way more good on 200 free social media sites exposing them every day than you're ever going to do trying to do something illegal. So just don't go there. And talk loudly. And tell people that we've got to get organized and get the people that know how to do science to get the people that have too much money because they own a Domino's or a restaurant chain to get them 1,000 pet rats and shoot them up full of, do scientific studies on how all these crazy chemicals they feed us really do cause all these, I think it'll show, cause all these horrible diseases. And then broadcast that on all the social media that we need people to sign up for class action lawsuits, start suing the daylights out of all these horrible companies that don't care about the public and say they do, and then you get into the discovery process where you can subpoena for, you need to be strategic, all the juicy details, which, you know, you do your lawsuit and all the juicy details need to be aired out for the public to do it again, and to realize what politician was getting paid off to allow all this stuff. And it probably needs to go to the point of suing government offices for dereliction of duty and letting it get this bad. And then the other thing that we need to do is we need to the political candidates running for office before the primary. So when everybody has a shot at becoming the Republican or the Democratic nominee, the truthers in the locality need to email each other and say, we're going to interview them and talk amongst ourselves about them, and we're going to write a business contract that's between the political candidate and all their constituents that says if they don't do their political promises, and they better be good promises, then the business contract states if they don't try hard to do them in the eyes of a jury of their peers, then all the constituents for the rest of their lives can are owed all their financial goodies except for a trailer and a used car that costs less than the average car of most Americans, or a bicycle, or however you want to word it, and some budget for food, and so they don't starve to death, or you might want to make it so they starve to death. And so when they go, if they get elected and they don't do their political promises very hard, and you can show that to a jury of the peers at the civil lawsuit after the fact that they broke the business contract, well, the court will order them. You promised. It was a business contract, so you got to fill out a check to all your constituents now for the rest of your life, and put that before all the candidates with their specific promises, and if they won't sign it, make it go like wildfire, and they are not to be the elected official. And if they will sign it, make it go like wildfire, that they're sticking their personal money where their fat, greasy mouth is. So maybe they're trustworthy. And then make them be the Democratic and Republican nominee, and then you can decide which is the best nominee that all the social media people will tell the public to vote for. And then not only, to help things go local, in case it's not a national election, make your research public with research how to do mail mergers and the document writing software, so you can easily print out envelopes to put stamps on and mail stuff out, and 3x5 index cards and big sheets of paper that are easy to cut up in a grid pattern that you can tape up in legal and lawful areas, and use double-sided tape on the back of your car, and then spray paint saran wrap, or spray paint both sides of it in clear gloss, and then use double-sided tape on the back of your bumper, and make it easy for people to figure out how to print off your information and tape it up to anywhere is legal in the city and on bumpers, and to print out, cut, and tape to people's doors with links to more information, and so that you can say in your local area, because some social media, it's hard to get a local audience, so this is how you can tell people to go door to door with information, and they don't even have to open the door and talk to the people, just tape it to the door, mail it out, because I don't think you're allowed to stick it in their mailbox, and use Scotch tape, the clear stuff, and there may be cities where you look it up if it's lawful to put stuff on lampposts, and if it's lawful, go ahead and tell them to do it. And then the other thing is you need to make the case that, whatever it is that they're putting this toxin in this box cereal or vaccine or whatever it is, or this, we need this free energy patent sold to the public, or and they keep assassinating the people that try to do it, or whatever the complaint is, document it and get a petition that you get all these signatures for, and you tell your viewers to print it out with the signatures or the people that sign it, or just type their name in or their initials or whatever they want to do, and mail it to all branches of law enforcement with the documented evidence that it's actually that bad. Be sure your documentation is correct, because you can get in trouble if you say if you tell the cops that some crime is being committed and you don't have a reasonable suspicion or you lie. Don't lie. Do not lie to the law enforcement. It's not worth it. It gets you in trouble, and it'll take you out of the game, and you need to stay in the game so you can keep doing more effective stuff. And then you need to send these petitions to the politicians and inform them that this has been sent to all the law enforcement, and that the politicians had better push for this to get fixed, because it's being brought up the whole time what their personal response is to this, whatever the crime is going on. They better make it easy to find out what they did to stop this the criminal activity, because if they don't, it's going to get reported all over social media and taped to people's doors and all that. And use social media that lets you make groups in your own local area, like meetup.com, and tell people, we're going to be meeting wherever at this time and date, and we're going to make plans to cause a hissy fit about all the crimes that are going on. And come join us. But let me show you a still more excellent way that I found out through prayers to Jesus Christ. You see, right now, precious metals are raining down from above, it seems, and it seems that people are becoming telepathic, and they're starting to just know that certain people are real nasty, and they're starting to just know that certain other people aren't full of poo anymore, and if you take your precious metal supplements, and it would greatly assist you if you would take other supplements that were legal and lawful, your meditations apparently become so much better. And what you do is you get a group of people together, and you all go to eBay. You type in food grade silver foil, food grade gold foil. You ball it up loosely, throw it in a mason jar, put some vinegar in it, and loosely put the lid on so it can have some air escape. and sit it on the shelf for 24 hours. Then pour whatever amount of vinegar you can stand in a glass of water or your cup of coffee. A cup of coffee is better. And swallow it. And then replenish the vinegar. You don't have to use the whole thing of vinegar every time. Just use enough to cover it. And do that every day. And go back to eBay and buy some gemstones. Like I typed in onyx orb or onyx. There's a whole section on eBay devoted to large gemstones. You know how there's like sections for computers and clothing and other stuff. There's a section for gemstones and geos, onyx geo. That was the name. And buy these different gemstones. Onyx is great for praying against the devil. And you can typically find, I think this one costs like 20 or 30 bucks. And what you do is you get some of them, the bigger the better, and you can Google what types of crystals are good for what types of meditations. And you're liable for everything you meditate for. So if you want to do something immoral, this is one of the greatest ways to go to hell and burn. But if you want to pray as Jesus would want you to pray, it's called miracles. And it's also called good karma. But you have to pray for guidance about how much is enough and how much is too much and how much is too little, and obey. Because you can cause too much good stuff and people don't learn their karma, and that can be bad karma for you too. If not the legal grounds for the devil to assassinate you. So you have to obey what you get after you pray for what's too much and to know what's the right amount. And this goes for your whistleblowing too. But this is more potent, I think. And you get a group of people that have taken their supplements and gotten their stones, and you all hold them in your hands, and you all visualize a white light coming from all your hearts to all your stones and going forth to all the world, and you set an intention. It could be that a political candidate gets elected or doesn't get elected. It could be the Illuminati get the justice God wants them to get. It could be that the will of God be done on earth. It'll be more likely to happen. And the more you take your supplements, the bigger your geodes, the more of you there are, the harder you feel that intention, the longer, the better thought out it is in the eyes of heaven, the more likely it is to happen. And the more times you do it every week or month. But, and so don't forget to buy your equipment used after you've researched it well using the internet, so you have the money to do even more stuff. Don't forget to be creative and ask God how you should be creative in order to stick it to the devil and save the little babies. The solutions are out there if mankind will do the greatest commandment, and that's think in a wise, loving, moral way about God and what God would want, and follow through on the clues you get when you pray about it too. So God bless.